In the world of car buying, the tables have incredibly turned. Once upon a time, dealers would bend over backwards to offer customers the best possible price, using every trick in the book to undercut their competition. But these days, it's the customers who are left scrambling, willing to pay well above sticker price just to get their hands on a new ride. What is the hell of an issue? Why the sudden and back-breaking car prices recently? Well, let's find out in the video. Things have taken a wild turn in the always tumultuous realm of the car market. While car dealerships are reaping the benefits, it's a less than ideal situation for the average consumer. In the early part of the previous decade, prices of new cars only increased at a rather sluggish rate of under 3% annually. But with the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, things started to shift. Between 2019 and 2020, the prices of new cars rose by 5%, and from 2020 to 2021, they skyrocketed by a staggering 17.2%. That's right, you read that correctly. The prices of new cars surged by over 17% in a single year. To make matters worse, the average monthly payment for a new car jumped by 11.8% to a whopping $644 in 2021. But that's not all. Even used cars have been following the same upward trend. The average monthly payment on used vehicles increased by 18.2% over the same period to $488. While several factors have contributed to this price hike, the greed of car dealerships is one of the main culprits. Dealerships are marking up prices left, right, and center, driving up the cost of vehicles for consumers. Kelley Blue Book reports that the average price of a new car in the United States was $46,085 in February this year, a considerable increase of $5,000 from the previous year. Based on the Consumer Price Index, which measures consumer expenditure on goods and services, new vehicle prices have risen by 12.4% in the past year alone. It's not solely the dealership's greed that's to blame, but their markups undoubtedly play a significant role. While it's rare for shoppers to pay above the sticker price for new cars in the past, it's now become the norm. According to Edmunds, a whopping 82% of car buyers paid more than the listed price in January of this year. To put that in perspective, just 2 years ago, that figure was a measly 0.3%. In some cases, dealers are charging tens of thousands of dollars above the manufacturer's suggested price, turning what should be a straightforward transaction into a real-life game of Monopoly. The effects of these dealer markups can be felt far beyond the dealership lot. That $10K premium tacked onto your dream car could have a ripple effect, driving up prices on everything from groceries to gasoline. In fact, a recent study suggests that dealer profits played a significant role in the recent period of high inflation, contributing between 0.3 and 0.7% points to the more than 15% rise in the Consumer Price Index between late 2019 and the end of 2022. While some automakers have told dealers to cool it on the price hikes, there's no denying that the market is in flux. Traditional car manufacturers are facing stiff competition from companies like Tesla, who sell directly to consumers. And with long wait times for some of the most popular new electric vehicles, the pressure is on to get creative and find new ways to satisfy demand. With supply chain bottlenecks and heightened demand, new car prices have skyrocketed, leading some dealers to charge above MSRP prices. However, this practice has not gone unnoticed, with automakers such as Ford, GM, Toyota, and Honda warning dealers about the potential consequences of such actions. This issue has left many dealers concerned about the reputational damage that could result from a small minority of bad actors. As new car prices have surged, many buyers have turned to used cars as an alternative, causing used car prices to rise as well. Unfortunately, this trend has resulted in an increase in negative equity across the country, which could have dire financial consequences for countless borrowers. Negative equity occurs when the amount owed on a vehicle exceeds its value, putting borrowers in a risky financial position and potentially lowering their credit score. Early indicators have shown a surge in negative equity in the auto loan sector in the first quarter of 2023. According to Edmunds, the average negative equity value of auto trade-ins increased by 29% from the previous year, with a 17% jump in vehicle sales involving a trade-in with negative equity over the same period. These trends are a cause for concern for both the automotive and finance industries, as a sudden increase in negative equity could have a ripple effect throughout the financial sector. The average American is feeling the sting of skyrocketing auto loan interest rates, with monthly payments now exceeding $700 for new cars. According to industry experts, interest rates on new car loans have jumped to 8.95% in March from 5.66% in March 2022, while rates for used cars have surged to 11.3% from 7.7% a year earlier. This uptick in rates is causing concern for many drivers, particularly those in their 20s and 30s, who are finding it increasingly difficult to keep up with their car payments. As one might expect, a 1 percentage point increase in an auto loan interest rate adds around $20 to a car note each month, which can quickly add up to thousands of dollars over the course of a loan. This buildup of negative equity is starting to rattle consumers and raise alarms within the industry. While it's not uncommon for drivers to carry some level of negative equity, some dealers are reporting that more and more customers are showing up to their lots already $10,000 or more upside down on their trade-ins. In an effort to keep up with still high car prices, some buyers are even rolling debt from one car to another and in some cases onto a third. It's becoming increasingly common for loans to stretch out over 7 years. This trend is worrying, and even if the U.S. economy avoids a recession this year, it's likely that many consumers will continue to struggle with making payments on their auto loans. This is especially true with the Federal Reserve planning to keep raising interest rates. With car prices remaining elevated, demand staying high, and inventory levels relatively low, automakers such as Ford Motor Company and General Motors Company continue to rake in sizable profits. For many Americans, a new car is now simply out of reach. Today, roughly 2 out of 13 people are making monthly car payments of $1,000 or more, which is a substantial amount of money. Sadly, for many people, owning a car is not a choice. With few or no public transportation options available, they need a car to get to work, bring their children to school, and buy groceries. It's clear that the rising cost of owning a car is putting an undue strain on many Americans. With interest rates continuing to climb and car prices remaining high, it's uncertain how much longer this trend can continue before more people start feeling the pinch. While the situation is challenging, it's vital that consumers take steps to manage their debt and work towards a brighter financial future. But then how can this issue be fixed? Is there a possible way? Let's hear you in the comments section below, and if you watched this video to this point, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.